As a formal introduction, my name is Paul, and I now identify, unfortunately, as a 50-year-old male. Not woo. I've got 2 teenage children. I've been married for 15 years, so my pronouns are oi and that prick. So that's me. No, don't you? But I'll be honest, I've struggled turning 50, I really have. I keep comparing myself to other men my age in the public eye. You know, Tom Cruise is 60. 60. Still flying jet planes through the eye of a needle. The other day I hit a bollard in Lidl. What made that worse is that the only reason I was there, my daughter got caught shoplifting in Lidl's. I know, we were so disappointed in her. We live really close to a Waitrose. And I know you can't always find what you want in there, but she got caught stealing sweets, chocolate, and a kayak. So she needs to do better, I think. I grew up and I was a child of the 70s. Give me a cheer if you're around in the 70s. Funny period, looking back now, isn't it? I think I've only got one vivid memory of growing up, and that's getting free biscuits at the church Sunday school run by our local priest. And jammy Dodgers, ginger nuts and chocolate fingers. Well, just some of the accusations. You're a little bit ahead of me there, weren't you? Different things annoy you when you get older. For me, it's things like Matt Hancock as a celebrity on TV. Exactly, I think you're with me on that one. It's just so inappropriate, isn't it? Given what he did, it's like he's rubbing our noses in it. It just makes you wonder what they've got planned next. Like Rishi Sunak on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? David Cameron on Who Do You Think You Are? Boris Johnson on Would I Lie to You? I'm not. No sillier, is it? Is Truss on Pointless? No sillier, are they? But yeah, it's a struggle. I asked for some time off work. I thought maybe I'd have like a gap year. It's not called a gap year in your 50s. Anyone know what it is called? Yeah, I mean, all these suggestions are better than the actual reason. I don't think I've heard the actual reason. You ready for this? When you're 50, it's called a golden gap year. Pathetic, isn't it? Golden gap. Just sounds like the distance I missed the toilet by. But I heard something quite depressing the other day. A friend of mine said it's not all bad getting older. At least your car insurance is lower. Don't you think I'd rather pay a higher premium than have balls that now hang so low the cats play with them? I'd pay a lot more a month. I mean, let's just say I won't be going on Naked Attraction anytime soon. You got any fans of Naked Attraction in? I think it's alright, I don't think it's a bad programme. I just don't like watching it when there's people my age on. Like all those creases and wrinkles. It's like watching Bake Off, but where all the ingredients are out of date. If food was that far past its best, you would put it in your mouth. I'll tell you what else I don't think is fair. You know, if a 50-year-old woman starts dating a 21-year-old man, what we call her? Cougar. It's a compliment, isn't it? She's a legend. Not quite the same the other way around, is it? I said to my wife, if I started dating a 21-year-old girl, what would you call me? I'll just do the setup, shall I? I'm not not going to tell you what the punchline was, because yours was better than mine. I'll tell you, another thing that happens as you get older, I don't know if you find this, but I hear a lot of new words, and I don't know what they mean. The other day I had to look up dacrophilia. Some of you may know what it means in here, but it is a sexual fetish that means you're turned on by seeing your partner crying or upset. It's awful, isn't it? There's people out there getting off seeing their loved ones in floods of tears. Anyway, I thought I'd give it a go. Spice up my marriage. I think the only thing I really achieved, though, was spoiling a perfectly good blowjob by telling her the dog had died. Probably won't try that again. But those of you that are in long-term relationships will know that there's a lot of pressure, isn't there, to keep sex exciting these days. And I do try, I really do try. We were in bed recently and I said, I've been a very naughty boy. I'd really like you to punish me. She went off and cancelled Sky Sports. What's the point? I do try. Sometimes my wife comes up with some ideas, which is always nice, and she read that each of us should pick a character that we fancied, so that we could do some role playing in the bedroom. And I didn't really like that. Don't get me wrong, she looked amazing as Kylie Minogue. Why'd you dress up as my brother? Another thing it said in this magazine as well, I wasn't quite sure about, there was a headline that said, couples who play together, stay together, suggesting that after 15 years of marriage, we should be masturbating together. So that doesn't sound right, does it? I mean, the only time my wife's ever reached across to finish me off was just to get the steps up on her Apple Watch. I enjoyed it though. Still get to 10,000 though. So, what else do we hear from experts these days? It was an expert on the radio, and she was saying the biggest passion killer in a marriage is if you call each other mummy and daddy all the time in front of the children. You heard that one? So, saying things like, we help mummy and where's mummy? But apparently you end up seeing each other as just parents rather than a sexual partner. And I thought, I need to take that on board. But now she's not keen on the children calling her sugar tits. Especially not the school gates. I'm probably approaching the end of my time, but I have, just despite what I've told you tonight, I've just celebrated 15 years of marriage. My 15th wedding anniversary last week. Very happily married. There's only one drawback, really, is that people have now started asking me for my advice on a marriage, on a successful marriage. I mean, I don't know what to say. What would you say? Any advice? Exactly, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, I think it's common sense. Be a good listener. Be prepared to compromise. Don't fuck the babysitter. That was good advice to me, because it was my wife's dad. He didn't approve of the wedding anyway. Without me popping him in a gimp mask. Just bite down nice and hard on the orange there, Barry. Now who's the daddy? It's been a real treat. I come here all the time to watch comedy. I only live up the road. It's been an absolute treat to finally come and do this club. Please enjoy comedy. Keep supporting comedy. It's been a pleasure.